First things first, this did not happen to me, but a friend of mine who doesn't want to get in trouble. Any names will be changed to protect their identity. Also, I know this is more of a grocery story, but I can't find a good subreddit, please don't hate me. It would be appreciated if, pending removal, if it has to happen, I could be directed to a more appropriate subreddit. Anyway. Second point, the night lead was new, fresh off the training grill, and was unused to this aggravating co-worker's antics. Loaf was in the grocery store she works at, helping in the frozen section, unloading boxes of frozen foods like vegetables, chicken, fish, the like. She is working, when her co-worker, let's call her AC, for aggravating co-worker, comes over, asking to help because, as she claimed, she had worked the frozen section before. Loaf, with no reason not to believe her, said she would be glad for the help. Now, Loaf did know that AC was susceptible to cold, so when she arrived at the frozen section without a jacket or anything, Loaf asked why AC wasn't wearing anything to keep warm. Here's how the conversation went. L puts down the box she was stacking. Hey, AC, don't you get cold easily? AC, yes. L, so, where is your jacket? AC, oh, I left it in the break room. L, but you want to help me. In the frozen section. Why didn't you grab your jacket? AC, oh, I just didn't feel like it. L, she looks at AC, you didn't feel like it. But this is the frozen section. And you're susceptible to cold. Yeah, that makes no sense. Go get your jacket. AC, she huffs angrily. Fine, whatever. She saunters off to get her jacket. After she leaves, Loaf continues working, stacking things where they go. A few minutes later, AC returns, thankfully wearing a jacket. AC walks to the first box she sees and opens it, revealing a very specific, very obvious brand of fish, labeled the same yellow as a section of the fish wall, which is where all fish are supposed to go. AC looks at the package, then looks at the section next to her frozen meals. Definitely not where raw fish is supposed to go. And then she continues looking for where to put the fish in that section, ignoring the fish wall completely. At first, Loaf let it slide, assuming she would realize that was not where fish go. Loaf looks over a few minutes later, and AC is still looking for the fish among the frozen meals. Loaf walks up to her and says, AC, the fish goes over there, on the fish wall, pointing to the very easily spotted wall of fish, at the end of the wall behind her, next to the deli. AC nods, and proceeds to walk over to the fish wall, but takes about 20 to 30 minutes to find where the exact brand of fish goes within the fish wall. She finally manages to put the fish away, coming back to get another box. This time, it's a box of remade, frozen meals. AC proceeds to take them all the way to the fish wall, despite taking a long time to look for fish in the frozen meals section which was right beside her. Loaf looks at AC strangely, before once again helping her find the right section, because as I'm sure you readers have noticed, everything is divided by sections. So, she finishes putting up that box, and picks up another one. Still frozen meals, but a different brand of frozen meals. And she once more goes to the fish section, despite having just been shown where the frozen meals go. Loaf once again gets up and directs her to the frozen meals section, only for AC to pick up another box, still of frozen meals, and head directly for the fish wall. This happened not once, not twice, but several times. The naive creature that is Loaf blew off Axe lack of awareness of the frozen section, because it has been a while since AC worked the frozen section. Loaf assumed that with enough help, AC would finally remember her way around. She did not. With each time Loaf had to help AC find the right section, she became more and more frustrated, until she huffed a little bit louder than she should have. She walked away to prevent herself from doing anything drastic, such as training AC with a bag of shrimp, finishing up her own section and going to the restroom for a bit. When Loaf returned, AC was on the floor, sobbing her heart out and complaining to the night lead that Loaf had been bullying her and screaming at her. Now there were several co-workers who were around and had seen everything that had happened. When questioned by the lead, the co-workers all corroborated that everything AC was saying was not true, and that she had thrown similar fits in the past. AC was promptly taken off the frozen section, and another co-worker was called to help Loaf. It wasn't until later that everyone finally learned why AC, having worked in the frozen section before, was unable to find where anything went within their sections. She had left her magnifying glass at home, which she needs to be able to see clearly, despite already wearing glasses with inch-thick lenses. Everything else was just plain ignorance.